Well, that brings us to small government, something I think we all wish we had and don't. Government always gets bigger and accordingly more intrusive and controlling over citizens' lives. What is your suggestion on how we can rein in and reduce the size and scope of government?
Well, the biggest thing we need to do first is we need to stop creating more government programs. With the money that the county has received from the federal government for COVID relief, they have begun expanding government programs. We need to start by saying no more. We have too many programs as is, and then from there, we need to work on scaling those back, because where we're at is unsustainable. When your tax bill here in McHenry County is out of control, and we've got to scale it back. We've got to scale back the programs, because you can't continue to add more government and then expect to pay less for it. Not only is it unaffordable, the government is invading our lives in everything. The government has control over everything that you do with your property, over everything that you do in your life. And we've got to scale back government. Anytime we're looking at a government program, we should be looking at, is this necessary? And does this serve the good of the people? Is this something the government should be doing, or is this something that the government should have nothing to do with? And you need to evaluate every program on a consistent basis and determine whether or not you should continue doing it. If it's not something the government should be doing, they need to stop. And that will be the attitude I take towards every program as an elected official.
I've been asked this question before. One of my answers, and it's not popular, would be to cut government by 10%. And they're like, whoa, you can't do that. Well, I've worked for companies that have done exactly that. When they look at their bottom line, they got to produce something. They look at to see what the value of the people are that are putting into that product, their value added. Government's no different. When we have it so big that, like both of them have said, control our life, we need to take a good hard look at it. There's no reason that when you look at one of the bloggers, he publishes every year every employee of the county and their salary, and it takes him a week to publish that, and he's going page by page. Why do we have so many people? Do we necessarily need that many people to have an efficient government? Now, the county government, as far as in the state of Illinois, is very well run. There's nothing really that you could say bad about it as you could Lake County or Crooked County. But we have a lot that we can improve and make it run more efficient. Thank you.
So the real easy answer is exactly what you just heard. Let's cut government. And I don't disagree with that, but you also have to start where you have some commonality and where it makes sense. So way back when I was significantly younger, there was a group of mayors at the time, and we got together and created what is now known as McCog, which is the McHenry County Council of Governments. The idea behind that was so that units of government could get together, discuss issues, share ideas, and even more importantly, find out where we had duplicative services and where we could work together to reduce the costs, reduce the duplication, and reduce the costs, the expenses. Today, what we have at the county built over that program is what's called a Shared Services Committee. And we now regularly partner with other units of local government to reduce the costs to you, the taxpayer, and yet still provide you with basic excellent services that you as a taxpayer should expect. So Shared Services just recently purchased the building. The county purchased the building in Cary, and we now are working with almost every single municipality in McHenry County with regard to training our law enforcement, providing gun ranges so that we can all go to the same place. And not only do we reduce expenses when we do things like this, we promote being able to work collaboratively together. And that's what you want when you have government. You want government to work with each other so that we don't have that lack of uniformity, so that we're approaching things together. So that's one of the ways that I would do it, is I would start with those things that seem to be simple and are duplicative, and if we can do them together and reduce those costs, we have to do that. And again, I agree, evaluating programs and ensuring that they're actually doing what they should do is also a place to start.